tempo scratch races and points races on this evening's schedule of program. Looking for it to be a nice evening of letting our racers shake things out as we get ready for our upcoming season. Now with rollout complete, we're going to have our rider meeting so we can meet up in the area where the podiums usually are. We'll have our rider meeting and then kick off our evening's programming. We are just waiting out a little bit of some sprinkles as we're getting ready for our racing program tonight. Once we feel good that it's nice and dry out there, we will start our racing program. All right, we have the word Cat 4s to the rail, please. Cat 4s to the rail. And we will get our racing program underway. All right, our Cat 4s kicking off our preseason racing this evening, rolling out for their neutral lap before their 10-lap JB tempo. These neutral laps allow us to make sure that all of our racers are together and starting all together. And with that whistle, we are racing. So as our field goes around the JB tempo, there are points available every time around. 2 and 1 to the first two riders across the line. Rider with the most points at the end of this race wins. The final lap of this race also worth 2 and 1 points across the line and acting as the tiebreaker for everybody else. And it looks like we've got some early movement. Couple of riders getting off the front together here. Calder Hardigan and Isabel Zapata. These two still off the front together. Isabel picking up 2 more points. Calder 1 more point. The field behind trying to put together the chase effort. And as they hit turn 3, Calder Hardigan starting to pull away from Isabel. Calder currently sitting with 2 points, Isabel with 4, but Calder picking up 2 more points. So Calder sitting with 4, Isabel currently your points leader, but starting to trail behind. Calder just riding away. The field behind working together, starting to work their way up to Isabel there. Calder just staying on the gas, super steady. Calder and Isabel tied on points, but Calder still just out in front. Isabel not quite able to make up the distance. The field, though, also not able to make their way up to Isabel. Calder picking up 2 more. Calder, your points leader, coming out of turn 4 here, sitting with 8 points. Isabel with 7. Calder, our points leader, just starting to enter turn 3, going under the Stanley sign there. So Calder picking up 2 more points. Isabel picking up 1 more. The field still trying to chase up to Isabel, not quite able to catch her yet, though. Calder, our points leader again, just staying on those pedals. Isabel picking up another point. Looks like the chasing field finally able to make their way up to Isabel here. So Calder coming around out of turn 4 will be getting the bell. 1 lap to go, 1 lap to go, 1 lap to go. And now our chasing juniors. Javi Mejia getting on the board with 1 point. And coming out of turn 4 here, Calder Hartigan sweeping this race. Everyone else finishing on this lap here. Well done. Our field all finishing up here. We got some riders coming out of turn 3 and 4. Everyone else exiting on the back straight. Cat 3 men out for their neutral lap. And the whistle, they are racing. So same format that we just saw, points available every time around the track. 2 and 1 to the first 2 riders across the line. Rider with the most points at the end of the race wins. And right from the jump, this field is all strung out with Zach Simon drilling it on the front. Followed quickly by Luca Ostertag-Hill. Luca happy to just take over on the front, starting to just roll it. The groups behind doing everything they can to work together not to let this roll off the front. Luca picking up 2 more points, followed by Oscar. As they hit the back straight, a little bit of a shuffle in our field. But our points leader, Luca Ostertag-Hill, with 3, Zach Simon with 2, and Oscar with 1. As they hit the home straight, Oscar picking up 2 more points. Mike Ritter also getting on the board. Luca and Oscar now tied with 3 points apiece. But now it looks like we've got 2 more movers coming off the front of our group. The group behind not super incentivized to chase. Zach Simon picking up 2 more points, followed by Colin Dunlap now getting on the board. Torrey Park says, I don't want the points to go up the track. Gets out there, you can see she's looking for some help to bring this back. But as Zach Simon comes out of turn 4, starting to settle into that effort, it looks like. Colin picking up another point. The group behind looks like getting themselves together, starting to just pick away at the leaders in front. So right now, Zach Simon, your points leader, on track with 6. Luca and Oscar tied with 3, Colin with 2, and Mike Ritter with 1. Zach picking up 2 more points. Oscar sneaking over the top, picking up 1 more. And it looks like they will be scooping up Zach as they hit the back straight. As they hit the home straight, Oscar and Rue drifting off the front there. And as our field goes flying on the back straight, you might notice above one of our resident herons flying away. Ooh, and a close one one between Luca and Tori as they came through that last time around. The field coming through, getting that bell lap. Rue Tomko scooping it up over the top there. We got a question on the live stream of is the track open for riders to train throughout the winter? Yes, if the weather is nice. If the track's wet, our riders usually don't train. It gets really slippery. But if it's a nice dry day, our riders are out here whenever they can. And Rue Tomko coming through, picking up the final 2 points available on the line there. And the rest of our field finishing up strong for those final placings. And then our riders exiting on the back straight. All right, our open women rolling out for their neutral lap. But back to the question that we received. So we are located in Marymore Park in Redmond, Washington. And so we are a public facility. So if there's not racing going on, folks can be out here, take a cruise around the track. Our riders sometimes are out here training whenever they have the opportunity. And as our riders are coming around, just a reminder for our spectators out there, we would like for you to keep your hands, arms, legs off the track surface. That's both for your safety and the safety of our riders. They come around fast, and while it seems like they're a long ways away, they can make their way up the track really quickly. And again here, we've got a JB tempo, 10 laps, points available every time around, 2 and 1 to the first 2 riders across the line. Rider with the most points wins. It looks like Neve Durfee with an injection of speed to start things off. Sarah Lynch close behind. You may be looking out there saying, one of these riders, I think, raced with the group before, and you would be correct. Rue Tomko in that Stars and Stripes kit, doubling up this evening, wanting to get some miles in the legs. Coming around here, Rue picking up a couple of points over the top there. if you've come over and you're watching this race, wondering how do these people get involved in doing this type of bike racing, you should check us out, velodrome.org, for classes and clinics. We are happy to teach adults and youth participants, and we love to expand our community here. We like to say the more the merrier, especially in this bike racing. We've got a trio that has formed off the front of this bike race. Coming out of turn 4 here, Rue out of the saddle a little bit, just wanting to get a bit of separation, picking up 2 more points. So as our group hits the back straight there, you've got Neve Durfee on that red and black bike, is currently sitting in second on points. Rue Tomko, your current points leader, with 5. So Rue just coming over the top here, wanting to extend their lead. So Rue with 7, Neve with 5, Sarah Lynch, who just rolled through, with 2, and Laurel, who is in that group on the back straight now, sitting with 1 point. To the front of our race, seeing 4 laps to go as they cross the start finish here. In the JV tempo, when there's a group of 3, someone is always missing out just a little bit. Laurel so far has not hit the rotation just quite to be able to scoop up some more points. As they come out of 4, Neve on the front, Rue just slingshotting around, though, right at the line. And this group just continuing to work together here so far. And the front of our bike race coming out of turn 4 on the home stretch here. Rue out of the saddle to pick up 2 more points. And Rue taking the opportunity here to just stay on the gas a bit, creating some separation for themselves. Neve trying to get back on terms with Rue, but Rue getting arrow, picking up another 2 points. So Rue really dominating the back half of this bike race here, coming through, picking up those last 2 points. And the rest of our field rolling through. We'll exit on the back straight. 1-2 men. Looks like we got a mechanical. Surge rolling onto the apron there. And we will continue to just roll neutral while we let Surge try to get this sorted. We're going to continue to just roll neutral. All right, it looks like our rider has gotten themselves sorted. Rider about to rejoin the field for one last neutral lap. So with that whistle, our open men 1-2 out for their 12-lap JB tempo. And Andrew Martin in that Stars and Stripes kit from 10 Speed Hero out in front early, but it looks like Summer Newland trying to sneak up there, not quite able to make it, but now quickly on terms with Andrew Martin. Summer rolling through. Andrew staying on the gas, the field behind, not wanting to let this up. They know this is a dangerous move if they let it go up the track. As they come around out of turn 4, Summer about to pick up her first points, I guess additional points. They did pick up one on the very first time around, but now the field coming up to our escapees. And Merritt Gallagher now out in front, picking up his first points of the bike race. So Andrew and Summer are your current points leaders on track. But Merrick rolling through to pick up 2 more. Wyatt Paul right there behind, followed by Zach Kowalczyk, it looks like. As they hit turn 3, Merrick still on the front. Wyatt just coming up to the wheel. Zach Kowalczyk, though, starting to make his way around over the top as they hit the home straight. So Zach picking up his first points of the race. This trio continuing to roll it along as they hit the back straight there, almost a third, I think, away around the track from the rest of our field. Harrison Devine just kind of stuck in the middle there, trying to make his way up to the front. Merrick picking up 2 more points. Harrison just staring at this group as they hit turn 2. Looking for a little bit of help from David Magidson, it looks like. As they hit turn 3, Merrick and Zach breaking away from Wyatt. Seeing 5 laps to go. Merrick picking up 2 more points, bringing his total to 9. As they rolled through, Zach Kowalczyk picking up 2 more points, breaking his way out of a 3-way tie we previously had for second there, but Merrick still your points leader, sitting with 10. The field behind have caught Harrison. Merrick and Zach rolling along together. The pace, though, remaining extremely high. Merrick sitting with 11, Zach sitting with 7. Zach does have an opportunity to steal this. The rest of our field chasing behind in a bit of shattered groups. The front of our bike race getting the bell. Merrick on the front picking up 2 more, bringing his total to 14. And as they roll their way through here, Zach putting in a move. Merrick knowing that he has sewn up this race, letting it go. But Zach picking up the final 2 points. Merrick securing his win. The sprint that we see here is for some placings below 6th place and beyond. So we have some other riders in the field who had points. And as they hit the back straight, our riders exiting into the warm-up circle. neutral lap before their 10-lap scratch race. Our Cat 4 men racing their 10-lap scratch race. This race is our most straightforward racing that we do out here. 10 laps, first rider across the line wins this race. And we had a couple of questions come in regarding the stars and stripes that some folks are seeing on riders out there. Those riders won national championships last year, so they are reigning national champions. In the case of one of our riders who won it at junior nationals, technically he's not a junior anymore, but we like to celebrate all of our great racers out here, and so we encourage our riders, if they've won a national championship, we want to see them in that Stars and Stripes jersey. So that's why you see multiple Stars and Stripes out there. Our field all together. Again, this is our most straightforward type of bike race, so our racers don't have to worry quite so much about, okay, when's an intermediate sprint? Are we sprinting again? Do I have to sprint every single lap? Right now, what they're really looking at is trying to make sure that they're positioned well in case someone decides to go long, that they can stay with those moves. As they come out of turn 4, rolling through 3 wide across the track, showing they've slowed down just a bit after a quick start to their bike race. But Isabel Zapata says, I don't want to just sit going slow, so she gets on the front, puts in some pace, and finds some willing partners wanting to roll and keep this pace high. You can see a bit of a split in our field. But the riders at the front of this bike race still wanting to keep that pace high. Coming around, seeing 4 laps to go. Cody Cheng now on the front. And then Calder Hardigan with those gray shoulders, the winner of our tempo last race, sitting second wheel. So our field knows Calder's got the speed, also has the endurance, and you can start to see Calder pulling up in turn 3 there. The rest of our field kind of taking a moment, taking their own little rest as well. And as our field takes a minute, Javi, who's been down in the lane, just keeping the tempo, moving along. You can see him checking over his shoulder. Again, he's watching these other riders as they get the bell. Isabel quickly into that arrow position. Cody Cheng right side by side as they're about to hit turn 4. And now Calder Hardigan coming over the top. And then a 3-way sprint for second between our juniors. Cody Cheng, though, taking it. We've got a couple of riders finishing, but the rest of our field exiting on the back straight, exiting on the back straight. Our Cat 3 men out for their 15-lap scratch race. So again, same format we just saw. And with the whistle, we are racing. The most straightforward bike race we have here. First rider across the line after 15 laps will win this bike race. And again, as you're watching and enjoying our racing going on here, just a reminder to keep your hands, arms, legs off the racing surface. That's for both your safety and the safety of our riders. They seem far away, but I can promise you they can move up that track very quickly. So right now our field all together. Laps to go. I've been told we're only 10 subscribers away from 4,000. So don't forget to tell all your friends to subscribe to our live stream. Like what you're watching here, log into YouTube, tell your friends, tell your family, your grandmas. I'm sure they would love to see you racing on a Friday night. Zach Simon leading this field through, seeing 11 laps to go on the card. The speed picking up a bit here. You can see everything lined out behind. Colin Dunlap taking his turn at the front. Our field spreading out all across the track. Folks trying to decide how do they really want this race to shake out. Zach Simon says, I want to make this hard for everybody. Gets to the front, immediately lines out the entire field. Luca Ostertag-Hill taking his turn. Some quick turns at the front of this bike race. Torrey Park our field starting to sit up again, moving their way up to the blue line there. Coming around, seeing 7 laps to go. Our field riding up above the blue. Everybody looking at each other. Who's going to be the next one to go? As they hit the back straight, looks like Peter Snoblin coming to the front. Seeing 6 laps to go. Snoblin pulling up. injecting some speed into it, but our field not really wanting to stay on it right now. To go. Our field letting Colin Dunlap just kind of roll off the front and hang out up there. Snoblin remembering the lane is the fastest way around with no elevation gain going on. So I'm just going to stay down there, and he just stays nice and steady. The rest of the field letting them kind of roll off. Zach Simon realizing, a little bit too far. So Zach jumping up there. The infield encouraging our riders. They've got a gap. The rest of the field not super incentivized to chase right now. Colin, as they hit turn 3 though, the field all back together. Strung out. But everyone waiting for that opportunity here. 3 laps to go. Does someone want to go long? Or does our field want to leave this to the last lap? Again, they're all up above the blue. Everyone waiting for someone else to make the move. Two laps to go. Our field all still above the blue, 4 wide. But Torrey Park out of the saddle, approaching this like a flying 200. Flying 800, whatever. The field quick to the wheel. Zach realizing this might be his best chance. Into the bell lap. Zach Simon in front as they hit turn 2. The field behind though closing in. Luca Ostertag-Hill trying to take a run at that wheel. Rue Tomko right on the wheel. Oscar also coming over the top as they hit turn 4. Luca Ostertag-Hill though right out in front trying to hold off Oscar. Will do so by about half a bike length. Our field will exit on the back straight. Their 15-lap scratch race. So similar format we just saw. First rider across the line after 15 laps wins this bike race. I've been fighting everything you'll be. I've been fighting. whistle our open women's field racing 15 laps here. Our field seeing 14 laps to go. Sarah Lynch leading things through the start-finish there. A question we got was how many laps or how many miles are in this bike race? So our track is 400 meters. So 4 laps is a mile. So we'll be doing just under 4 miles. We even have a specialty race that we do, which is the Marymore Mile, which is a race from the rail. Our current Marymore Mile record holder is in attendance tonight, Wyatt Paul. We'll see if that record can come down later this season. Rue Tomko seeing 12 laps to go on the cards. As they hit the home straight, Neve Durfee seeing 10 laps to go, starting to just drift off the front of this bike race just a little bit. Rue and Laurel quick to respond. Renna Fuller, I think, right behind them as well. Hazel Baker, Sarah Lynch closing the gap down. To go. Rue leading the pace there. And again, if you're watching this and wondering how do you get involved in doing some bike racing like this, check us out, velodrome.org. We've got classes and clinics for all ages. We have Camp Velo being run in partnership with the city of Redmond this year with 4 camps throughout the summer. During the week, we will take your kid and get them riding and racing on the bike, teaching them all the best things about the safety of the track and track etiquette. Seven laps to go. Sarah Lynch pulling off. This is the time where you see folks start to look at their position in this line. Are they where they want to be? Neve Durfee picking up the pace a little bit, creating some gaps behind. Six laps to go. Hazel Baker making her way back up to this field. Rolling on through. Renna Fuller taking her pull. These 6 riders so far continuing to work well together. But again, getting into that pointy end of the race here. 4 laps to go. Our riders coming through, seeing 3 laps to go. You can see our riders starting to move around, trying to make sure they're positioned well. Going into these last 2 laps, people don't want to be too far down in that line. Neve taking an opportunity as they hit turn 3. Ramping up the speed a bit, starting to shave off a couple of other riders. So Neve rolling off the front. Rue Tomko now driving the pace as they hit the back straight. Now as these 5 riders hit turn 4 for that final lap, starting to look around. Rue down in the lane, Neve sitting just above that red line. Hitting the back straight, Neve and Rue side by side. Rue down in the fast lane. Shortest line around the track. Once they've gotten up to speed, no one else able to close, so Rue going to take the win in this scratch race, followed by Neve Durfee. And I think Sarah holding out for 3rd, I believe. My call being unofficial. Open 1-2 men coming to the rail for their scratch race. Our open 1-2 men out for their neutral lap before their scratch race. Our open 1-2 men out for their 20-lap scratch race. We had a question online of what is the record for the Marymore Mile. It is currently 1 minute 46 seconds, 0.56. Our 1-2s keeping the pace high. Quick handoffs from riders wanting to conserve their energy. Some looking around, folks trying to see where are they at, where's everyone else at in this field, and Zach Kowalczyk taking the opportunity, getting to the front, picking up the pace, causing a little bit of a fracture in our group. But the back half of our field still very much in it. Andrew Martin now on the front. Serge Malikian pulling off. The field still lined out all behind. Ludo Max seeing 13 laps to go on the cards. Kovalchik to the front, stringing this field out. Harrison Devine now leading things on the back straight. As they come out of turn 4, our field all across the track. Conrad Mayer, though, taking an opportunity, coming to the front as they hit the back straight. Serge Malikian coming to the front. The rest of our field behind. Letting Zach roll off the front here. Zach Kovalchik seeing 8 laps to go. The rest of our field floating above the blue line. No one wanting to chase. Merritt Gallagher finally says, no, we gotta go. You can't let Zach go up the track like that. Zach still 7 laps to go. Not quite the full home straight between him and the rest of the field. Merrick still driving the pace of this chase effort. Zach looking behind, trying to see where the rest of this group is. Not quite with the pace of earlier, so this group looking to catch as they hit turn 2 here. Still lots of shuffling, lots of handing off the front. Merrick back to it. Zach, seeing the catch is about to be made, pulls up, saving some energy. Harrison Devine down into the lane. Able to get a little bit of separation, but the field quick to close it down. Four laps to go. Josh Sherfy in that Coalition Cycling kit. They come onto the home stretch. 3 laps to go. You can even see from here our field wide across the track as they hit turn 3. Merritt Gallagher down in that lane. 2 laps to go. Our field all above the blue. Harrison Devine out of the saddle. Nolan Adams right on the wheel. Zach Kowalczyk, though, closing things down fast. Merrick Gallagher also right on the wheel. Coming around, will be getting that final bell. Harrison still on the front. Nolan trying to make his move before the rest of the field catches him. Andrew Martin coming over the top out of turn 2. Digging deep, Nolan still sitting second wheel. Gonna make Zach Kowalczyk work real hard to come around. Andrew Martin staying on it. Nolan not quite able to make it through to hang on for that second place, but coming in with third. Zach Kowalczyk finishing strong in second behind Andrew Martin as well. Our field, we have some riders missing the back of the track there. So we'll be rolling through. A nice bike throw from Alex Siegel, closing things out. And now we'll have our Cat 4 men coming to the rail for their points race. Our Cat 4 men's field out for their points race, their final race of the evening's program. Our racers are doing a 4x4 points race, meaning they will be sprinting 4 times throughout this race. A sprint occurring every 4 laps. Points are available to the first 4 riders across the line each time. The first 3 of those sprints are worth 5, 3, 2, and 1 across the line. The final sprint being worth double and acting as the tiebreaker for any ties that we have. And this bell means there's an intermediate sprint coming up next. Points available for the first 4 riders across the line, 5, 3, 2, and 1. And the sprint opening up. Calder Hardigan coming through to pick up those first 5. The bike throw for the 3, I think, went to the junior, Gavin Fairbanks there. Again, my call being unofficial. So these 4 riders now working together off the front. The field behind, though, quick to respond, not wanting to let these riders get away. We had a question come through on the live stream. What's that 50 in the bottom corner, top corner, excuse me? Well, last year was our 50th anniversary, and we're pretty fond of that, so we're keeping the logo. But technically, we are 51 years old this year. That bell ringing. Our next intermediate sprint on deck here. Again, your current points leaders, Calder Hardigan with 5, Gavin with 3, Mark Labrentia with 2, and Cody Chang with 1. Isabel Zapata on the front, looking to pick up 5 points. Cody Chang, though, right there in second, trying to make their way around. Ooh. And I think Isabel able to hold on, I think, for those 5, but Calder right there, I think, to pick up 3 more. Again, my call unofficial. So far, after each of these sprints, our riders kind of resetting with the rest of the field. Our field rolling through. Calder Hardigan sitting with 8, Isabel with 5, Gavin and Cody tied with 3 apiece, Mark with 2, and Javi with 1 point. And our field all together as they're hitting turn 3. Again, these folks kind of resetting, repositioning as they come into another intermediate sprint. And Isabel Zapata on the front there. As they hit turn 3, Cody Chang getting down to the lane. Calder Hardigan, though, coming around over the top. Calder continuing to rack up more points. And I believe that was Matthew Tees getting his first points of the bike race as well. The front of our bike race here, seeing 3 laps to go. Working together after that last sprint. The front of our bike race. Coming into turn 4, Calder Hardigan on the front, and your current points leader on track, Calder with 13, Isabel and Cody tied with 5 apiece, Gavin and Matthew with 3, Mark and Javi with 2 points apiece. So while Calder has a pretty significant points lead right now, a lot up for grabs. And the rest of the top 5 there. Also, for our racers, this final lap is worth double and would act as the tiebreaker. And Isabel, knowing that if she gets the 10, and Calder only gets the 2, she has a chance to steal this bike race here. But Calder spinning it up, coming over the top as they exit turn 4. And Calder gonna sew up this bike race as well. Ooh, and a 3-way sprint for the rest of those points, which I will leave for the camera. And the rest of our field here, finishing it out strong for the rest of those placings. Our field exiting on the back stretch. Cat 3 men coming to the rail for their points race. Cat 3 men out for their neutral lap before their points race. They'll be doing a 4x5 points race, meaning 4 sprints, 1 every 5 laps. Same format as we just saw. Points available to the first 4 riders across the line each time we have an intermediate sprint. In the final sprint, points worth double and acting as the tiebreaker. 20 laps to go. James Campbell Harris, quick on the jump, flying away from the rest of the field. All he's got to do is stay away for another mile. The crowd favorite move. The field behind, sitting up. James starting to sit up, getting encouragement though from the infield. Has almost half a lap on the rest of the field. All he has to do is stay on it. He could take a lap, in which case he would gain 20 points on the rest of the field. The field behind, still not interested in chasing. James sitting with basically half a lap between him and the rest of the field. James still off the front. The field behind, starting to respond. James just trying to keep it going, getting the bell. Points available next time around. But James starting to sit up. The field behind crushing it as they come around the track this time. James doing so much work. James still getting more encouragement. He can still get some points. There's only 5 points up in front of him, but no, the rest of the field not having this anymore. Oh. And after all of that, James not coming away with any points. The crowd favorite coming through the home stretch, giving a wave. But the front of our bike race, Zach Simon, Jared Ilog, going through turn 2. So Jared and Zach going into turn 2. Jared and Zach off the front of our bike race here. Looking to pick up their next points. Currently, Colin Dunlap sitting with 5, Oscar with 3, Luca Ostertag-Hill with 2, Zach Simon with 1. So Jared looking to pick up his first points of the bike race. Zach looking to extend the number of points he has. And looks like Matt Beers getting on the board. Jared and Zach still working together. The field behind trying to put together a chase. And Zach now starting to distance Jared. Zach Simon, the front of this bike race, still out there. The rest of our chasing field still not putting enough together to bring Zach back. Zach just slowly extending his lead, has almost a third of a lap on the rest of our field. And so Zach coming around to our next intermediate sprint. Zach Simon going into turn 4. Has half a lap on the rest of our field. The field behind now sprinting for those remaining points. Looks like Oscar picking up 3 more. Our field sitting up high on the track here. Still not quite putting enough together to cut into Zach's lead up the track. So Zach, now your points leader on track, sitting with 9. Colin Dunlap with 8. Oscar with 6. Jared with 5. Luca and Rue tied with 2 apiece. And Matt Beers with 1. So Zach coming out of turn 4, still just staying nice and steady on the pedals. Looks like Luca and Tori teaming up, trying to cut into that lead, but Zach still with close to half a lap. Zach still out in front, getting a lot of encouragement from the infield. Our two chasers of Luca and Tori slowly cutting down into his lead here. But I don't think it'll be enough as they come around, but Zach needs to stay on the pedals. Zach getting that final bell, points worth double this last time around. Luca and Tori still working together. And rolling in here out of turn 4, putting on a show, Zach Simon, your winner of the points race here. And then a 2-up sprint out of turn 4 of our chasers. We've got our field finishing up here on the start finish here. Our open women are coming to the rail. Well, we're gonna take a little pause here for a second. You may have noticed turn 2 is a little dark. So we are working on a solution here, which we hope will help a little bit. All right, so for our racers in the infield, we are, because corner 2 is as dark as it is, we will be calling racing this evening. For, if you've done 3 races, we have an Omnium. For 2, come and talk to the officials, and 2 race Omnium if you've done 2 race, okay. We have Omniums for everyone. And so we'll be doing podiums. We may be just doing a 2 race Omnium. So for our open women's racers on the rail, thanks for showing up to the rail. And for everybody else, thanks for coming out to watch racing. Next week, we're hopeful that we'll have all of our lights working after we have a chat with our fuse box folks. And we'll see you all next week.
I'm so good at pretending. I'm so good at keep on smiling.